Hi everyone, I'm Jimmy. Welcome back to my channel, where we explore the beauty of traditional Chinese medicine. Today we're diving into a very down-to-earth topic. Have you ever noticed that when you go to the bathroom, your stool starts off hard, like little pellets, and then ends soft and sticky? Maybe you even feel like you haven't finished completely. Don't worry, you're definitely not alone, and there's no need to feel embarrassed. In TCM, or traditional Chinese medicine, this isn't considered a minor issue. It's actually seen as an important signal from your body. So, what does this kind of stool mean? How does TCM interpret it? Let's break it down together. First, it helps to understand how stool forms from a TCM perspective. TCM believes that after you eat, your food goes to the stomach, where it's processed kind of like a cooking pot. Then, the spleen, which in TCM refers to your digestive and nutrient processing power, absorbs the nutrients. The leftovers, the waste, travel down the intestines and eventually become the stool you're familiar with. But why would the stool be hard at first, then turn soft? This relates closely to how your gut, especially your stomach and spleen, are functioning. Here's the key point. If the first part of your stool is hard, it might be due to stomach fire. In TCM, this means your stomach has too much heat or energy, which dries out all the moisture from the waste material. That's why the beginning is hard and dry, sometimes compared to goat pellets. Then why does the second part become soft or sticky? That's usually because the spleen is weak, a pattern called Spleen Qi deficiency in TCM. The spleen governs how fluids and nutrients are absorbed and transported. If it's not working efficiently, leftover fluids go unabsorbed, passing down into the intestines. The intestines can't handle the extra moisture, so the stool gets soft or sticky afterwards. So, this change from hard to soft stool is a classic sign of what TCM calls mixed excess and deficiency, too much stomach fire and not enough spleen strength. How can you support yourself? Well, in TCM, figuring out the pattern is the first step. Generally, the goal is to strengthen the spleen and cool excess heat in the stomach. But there's a little more nuance. There are two common patterns. First pattern, spleen, Qi deficiency with stomach fire. If you don't mind cold temperatures, but often have low appetite, get tired easily, feel bloated after eating oily foods, and notice teeth marks on the sides of your tongue, these can be signs of Spleen Qi deficiency. In TCM, classic herbal formulas like Xiangsha Liu Junwan are used for this pattern, sometimes with a little bit of other herbs to help move the bowels. Second pattern, spleen, Yang deficiency, spleen stomach cold, with heat. If eating cold foods, exposure to wind, or getting your feet wet easily causes diarrhea, your spleen may be affected by cold, a pattern called Spleen Yang deficiency. For this, TCM might use warming herbal blends like Fuzi Li Zhongwan, again sometimes with a small amount of moistening herbs for balance. In both patterns, the big idea is not to just treat symptoms, but to restore harmony, strengthen the weak, and cool the excess. Always remember, TCM is individualized. What works for one person may not work for another. Let's recap. If your stool flips from hard to soft, your body may be gently telling you that your digestion isn't balanced, your stomach may be too hot, and your spleen too tired. With awareness and gentle self-care, you can support smoother digestion and feel better every day. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, be sure to like and subscribe for more accessible TCM tips. See you next time. Have you ever noticed how much our energy and mood depend on our digestion? In traditional Chinese medicine, there's a famous saying, "To nourish life, start with the stomach." This highlights just how essential healthy digestion is, not just for our bodies, but also for overall well-being. So how can you tell if your digestive system is getting stronger? And what simple things can you do today to support your gut the TCM way? Let's dive in. First, let's talk about some easy signs that your digestive system may be improving. 1. Your appetite becomes more balanced. You might crave different types of food each day, sometimes salty, sometimes sweet, sometimes light, sometimes rich. Your body starts to tell you what it needs. 2. Your bowel movements improve. They become regular, formed, and easy to pass with less constipation. 3. You feel more energetic. Everyday tasks and conversations become easier and you feel less sluggish. 4. your complexion brightens. You may notice rosier cheeks, firmer skin, and even less puffiness in your face over time. Now, you may wonder, even if I eat nutritious foods, why don't I always feel better? TCM teaches that it's not just what we eat, but how well our digestive system absorbs and preserves that nourishment. That's where the stomach meridian comes in. In traditional Chinese medicine, energy, or qi, and blood need somewhere to gather and be stored. The stomach meridian, a pathway that runs from your head to your feet, helps with this. When it flows freely, people often notice they sleep well, maintain a healthy appetite, and their skin looks vibrant. But here's the challenge. It's not always easy to massage the whole meridian. Luckily, TCM identifies 5 special points below the knee, called the 5 Shu points, which can be gently stimulated for wellness. Each point relates to one of the 5 elements: metal, water, wood, fire, and earth, and can help keep our digestive system in harmony. Let's explore these 5 points and how you can find and gently massage them. 1. Jingwell point, Li Dui, stomach 45. This point is found on the outer edge of your second toe at the tip. In TCM, it's believed to calm the mind, especially if you're struggling with restless sleep or vivid dreams. Massaging this point for 1 to 3 minutes may help soothe your mind and support digestive comfort. 2. Ying spring point, Nei Ting, stomach 44. Look for this spot between your second and third toes, just where they meet the foot. This point is said to help clear heat, which in TCM terms can mean signs like bad breath, mouth ulcers, swollen gums, or digestive upset from heavy foods. Try pressing with your thumb for about 10 seconds at a time, 5 minutes per side, morning and night. Aim for a gentle, pleasant pressure. 3. Shoestring point, Xiangu, stomach 43. You'll find Xiangu in the hollow just before where your second and third toes connect to the foot. It's thought to relieve discomfort, help move stagnant energy, and support a lifted digestion. Massage each side for 1-3 minutes in the morning and evening, using your fingertip with steady downward pressure. 4. Jing River point, Jishi, stomach 41. This point sits at the crease where your foot meets your lower leg, right where you would tie your shoes. It's believed to help clear excess heat as well, especially if you tend to get a sore throat or mouth sores. To stimulate Jishi, lie back and cross one ankle over the other so your heel taps gently on the point. Combine this with relaxed breathing, alternating sides for 5 minutes. It's a simple way to potentially support digestive balance. 5. Hisi point, Zhu San Li, stomach 36. If there's only one point you try, make it Zhu San Li. Located below the kneecap, on the outer side of your shin, it's one of the most famous points in TCM for supporting digestion, energy, and general health. To find it, measure about 4 finger widths below your kneecap. Then feel for a tender spot just outside your shin bone. Press or massage in a circular motion for 2 minutes on each side, 1 to 2 times a day. This point is often called the longevity point. Many TCM practitioners recommend gentle stimulation here to help tune up your digestion and overall vitality. Remember, these techniques are meant for daily wellness and self-care. There's no need to press hard or cause pain. Gentle, regular massage is plenty. And always check with your healthcare provider if you have any health conditions or concerns. Thank you for joining today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and share it. Your support helps us continue bringing you more accessible wisdom from traditional Chinese medicine. See you next time.